Andy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. I have something so exciting that I want to share with you guys. So you know the holidays are coming up. A lot of people overdo it with everything, and then they get upset because they overdid it, and then it's just a spiral. So you will have that spiral. I want you guys to go to recipescal.com. It's a game changer. Pick whatever meal option or category of food that you want to pick, like Mediterranean, ketogenics, vegetarian. Just pick one of those categories. 3,500 calories, you're going to get a pound. So our objective here is not to gain weight during the holidays, but to lose weight. So if you do this on your phone versus your laptop, it's going to be your first tip from me. That's going to be a game changer. You want to make sure that once you log in there, instead of putting 35, because if you put 3,500 calories in there, you're not going to lose any weight. If you put 2,000 calories in there, if you have been eating on the higher end, yes, you're going to see calorie deficit and you're going to see the scale move. But if you've not been doing, or say you have been doing 2,000, then you want to do 1,500 calories. You understand what I'm saying? So only you know what you've been eating. If you've been keeping a journal, that's going to make things even better. But we're going to stick with 1,500 calories. We're going to say, hey, let's eat 4 meals a day. Say you've been eating 6 meals a day, you want to do 4 meals a day. And the reason I say a minimum of 4 meals versus 3, because if you are a snacker, it's going to add in that snack. But the thing is, now when you do it for the first week, in your journal, you want to put in like whatever your starting weight is. And then you do 1,500 calories. You say, give me 4 meals. And then at the end of the weekend, you get on the scale, you'll be able to see how much you lost. Was it 1 pound? Was it 2 pounds? And then that's going to give you an idea of, wow, okay, so I'm going to stick with 1,500. This works for my body. Also, you'll be able to determine, did I get super hungry? Was this worth it for me? Do I need to up the calories a little bit? And if so, then only do it by increments of 500. So now you're back at 2,000, or say, let's do half of that. Let's do that one as 17. Let's do 17.25 or 17.50, whichever one, something close in that range, because you want to make sure the weight still comes off. That is a game changer. That is a gold star for you when you see the first pound or 2 come off. Then you want to stick with that calorie range and how many meals you eat a day. That way you won't feel like, oh my God, I'm starving. You won't feel like, oh my God, I'm on a diet. You just will feel excellent. It's going to give you the correct amount of carbs, fats, and proteins. Your brain loves the fats, and you're going to think better. You're going to feel better. And remember, you're supposed to be doing a gallon of water a day. So if you're eating better and you're drinking the water like you're supposed to, it's going to flush out all those toxins, and you're going to feel good and you're going to look good. So let's jump into recipescal.com so you can see what I'm talking about. So I mentioned to you guys that we are going to look at an awesome app that if you stay consistent, you will start seeing the pounds come off this week. Guarantee. Recipescal.com. And what you want to do, like, you can check out all of the other options at the top. Recipes only, the recipe search. So these all, you already have recipes. You're just going to dump in the URL. Like recipe only, you're going to dump in the URL. The converter, you're going to dump in a URL. I believe I'm correct. Let's just check real quick. So just the recipe. Let's check this out. So you're going to do the URL. The recipe search, you are going to add in your own ingredients. You're gonna add in your own ingredients, and then it's going to spit out a recipe. Like what do you have in your refrigerator? Pretty much you're typing it in there and it's going to give you a recipe from there. And then the recipe, this one, recipe converter, this is so that if you have a recipe, you can kind of go in and say, I need enough for 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, whatever, and it's going to help you out. But we are going to stick with being selfish and taking care of just ourselves in reference to losing weight, but doing it healthy. And then your family can eat the same thing. So 3,500 calories makes a pound. We are going to stick with, if you know you have not been, you've been behaving very bad and you're on the 3,500 calorie train or higher, we are going to cut that down. You're not going to miss it because the way the generator works, it gives you the right amount of fats, proteins, and carbs to keep you full throughout the day. And then you know you're supposed to be drinking your water. So you're not going to miss a beat. If you do 1,500 calories, this is the random recipe generator. You are going to select, and that's why it's random, which one you want. Anything is still going to keep you healthy. Paleo is more paleo, keto, Mediterranean. The carbs, the processed carbs are going to be cut down a lot, dramatically. Let's just put it that way. And then, you know, with vegetarian, vegan, they're going to be the same. But anything is not as bad as I thought. We're going to do anything, and I'll show you. We're going to stick with 1,500 calories, and we're going to say we want to eat 4 times a day. It's just that simple. And then you click the generate button. It spits you out 4 meals. And I selected this because if you're used to having a snack, you want to make sure that you are utilizing this option to eat 4 times a day. And there you go. Well, I said 1,500 calories, it gave you 1,502, and that's not bad. You're going to see pounds come off. You're not going to be hungry. Egg white, spinach, feta. Oh, I love feta. I love spinach. I would probably use a whole egg, not just an egg white, but you know, suit yourself. And you can see tuna avocado sandwich, not bad at all. I do want to give you all a tip here. I so enjoy avocados. However, the last batch, I just found this out, and this kudos to Martha Stewart. I had been getting avocados, trying it, they were super hard, they weren't ripe. Never stick them in the refrigerator, which is what I did. What you do is you stick them in a paper bag. Now, it's 2 ways to get your avocados right. Stick them in a paper bag, leave them in there. They will do their own thing within 2 to 3 days. You can cut in there. Now, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You can get avocados, they're so hard, you literally feel like you have a brick in your hand. But you stick it in a paper bag. And yes, the stores have paper bags. Stick them in there, let them sit in there for a couple of days. Like I said, they will be nice and ripe. If you're like, I don't want to wait a couple days, and if you like bananas, you can get yourself some ripe bananas, mean they're green. Put those two, the bananas, the ripe bananas and the avocados in the same bag. The gases that both of them expel will cause the both of them to ripen in 1 day versus a couple days. So that's your tip. And then you can see your snack is a banana protein smoothie, and that is so good. If you get one of those, you get one of those from like the vanilla one from Costco. Their protein, and it's got most of them got like 30, 35 grams of protein in it. Put a whole banana in that, and you will be in 7 heaven. But here's the other thing. If you do not like any of these options that the generator gave you, you hit regenerate. So easy. You don't have to change anything at the top. Just, I don't like any of those foods. So let's see what else we got. So we got egg whites, avocado, and tomato. Oh, that's so good. Peanut butter, chocolate, protein balls. Very good. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you. So like you guys are going through this and you're like, yeah, I like all of this, but how do you make it? You click on the image and then it tells you what all of the nutrients are. You can see the calories, the carbs, the fats, the protein, the fiber, and then it tells you all of the ingredients. You go down a little bit more and voila, how you prepare it. And you're like, I still don't like this stuff. This doesn't sound like I'm going to like it. Sounds like I'm still going to be hungry. Hit the regenerate again. And then if you're like, I still don't like any of these options, then let's go and change this. So we are on anything, and anything is keeping you super healthy. Let's go with the ketogenic. What are we getting from here? And you see, it's just so easy. You just pick which food category you want to be in, how many calories, how many times you want to eat. You hit generate. I don't like any of those things. Then you hit regenerate. All right. So you have the boiled sesame cod. I don't like cod, so I will probably do something like salmon. One of the things I did notice on here, you can, like I said, if you don't like something, you can hit the regenerate, but it doesn't give you the option to swap out. So unfortunately, you will just have to keep hitting regenerate or switching over on the meals. So I'm gonna hit generate and see if I get something totally different. Yeah, so I hit generate. So go between generate and regenerate. But we did 1,500 calories. It did us at 1496. You are not going to be hungry eating 4 times a day and drinking a gallon of water. So you have chicken with roasted tomato and red onions. Oh, this sounds so good. And then you have an apple. This is your breakfast. Chicken with roasted tomato and red onions. And I love red onions, and an apple. And then you have, and honestly, you can actually mix all of that together because it's ingredients for a salad. And then they've got the tuna avocado wrap. You've got the papaya flaxseed shake. And flax seeds, if you don't know, that's your fiber. So if you let it sit a little bit, and if you don't like flax seeds, put chia seeds in there and let it sit for about 30 minutes. You are going to get the best pudding, and it's going to help you have a better bowel release. You won't strain, and you shouldn't strain anyway. That's letting you know you don't have enough fiber. And then you can see what they have for dinner, and you can see what they have for the snack. And again, if you're like, I don't like ketogenics, no problem. As I mentioned before, you switch over to whichever one you want to try. You go between generate and regenerate if you don't like the food options that are being presented to you. And then you could just rock and roll from there. That is so simple, so easy. Recipescal.com. Pick the food item you want. Say how many calories. I'm recommending that you stick with 1,500 calories, that you go no lower than that. You stick with 4 meal options 2 to 3 hours prior to you going to bed. You do not want to eat. I don't care how light it is, don't eat. However, there are things that may be out of your control. You've just had a very long day and you just did not get a chance to eat. You're not going to go to sleep if you're hungry. So you pick the best option. It's not going to irritate your stomach, but it's going to allow you to sleep, and you're good to go. This is This is the Mediterranean that I did, stuck with the 1500 calories, 4 meals, and you can see the options that it picked. They are super delicious, super healthy, and I would recommend that you put this on your phone so that you can have a successful holiday season, not gaining weight, but losing weight. And you always want to eat before you go to a party. That way you don't overeat. That is your second tip. You eat before you go. And that way you nibble when you're at the party. And then doing the random recipe generator enough times, you will know the exact foods that work best for your body when you're out and about. And you definitely won't gain any calories. Gain any weight during the holidays. 3,500 calories, your 3,500 calories equals a pound. We're going to stick with a little more than half of that, and then you are going to break those meals up into 4. You could break them up as well. Here's the option for how many meals you want. They go all the way down to 9. Unless you just want to be snacking all day long, that's pretty much what you're going to do when you get beyond 4. They're just going to be small snacks. And if you're a grazer, that is perfect. If you're someone that literally wants to have a meal where you feel that you are getting enough nutrients where your brain can recognize, hey, I've eaten, and don't put anything else in your mouth, stick with 4. That should be your minimum. And then one of the other things that I want to recommend is that you can feed your family the same things that you see on the generator. All right? I am so excited for you guys. Please write me and let me know when you get your first 2 to 3 pounds off by using this simple strategy. Okay? So with that being said, I am going to let you see my face again, and we're going to get off of this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed what I just showed you guys. That is a game changer. So you're not paying a nutritionist. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're like, I don't want to do any of that, I still want to just shell out my money and give to the nutritionist, it's fine. And it's no shame in doing that. You have to know you. But think about it. If you can go in, immediately get your recipes, immediately, you could take this to the store with you too. Because you don't want to go to the store hungry, because that's when you put in a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need. And then when you get home, now you're binge eating, now you're feeling all of the stuff that I started out talking to you guys about when I was excited about sharing this recipescal.com app about for you so you can do better. Look, once you get this down pat, it's going to be a game changer. And if you can, I can make it through the store. I'm going to do one of these, say it's Mediterranean. I'm going to get in, I'm going to get what I need, because not only I showed you, it shows you the nutrition, it shows you the calories, it shows you what you need to make the meal, and it shows you how to make the meal. The other thing is, you don't have to make individual meals. Your family can eat the same thing and be on this health and wellness journey with you. They don't necessarily have to know that you are helping them to be healthy. They are just going to say, hey, I got a healthier mom or healthier dad, and I like the foods that they're eating. So there's a win-win. Now, when you do this, make sure you take your before and after photos, or measure yourself, or get an outfit that you have been trying to get into, or you're like, you know what, that's my goal. I'm not going to worry about it for Thanksgiving. But most of the times where you get super dressed up is those Christmas parties and New Year's parties. So if you use the recipescal.com, You stick with 1,500 or 1,750. Do the meals, 4 meals. Now, they go all the way up to 9, as I showed you guys. But if you're a grazer, then that was going to be perfect. If not, do 4 meals and your snack, which is one of the meals. Game changer, 1,500, 1,750, and watch the magic happen. Guys, I'm Sandy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on WYTV7.org. I love you guys. Mwah. Hit me up and let me know how well you like this one. Bye. Talk to you next week.